We are going to start the regular press conference of Minister IWAYA. I hand over to you. Thank you for coming. In the beginning, I have something to report to you. Yesterday, I came back from the United States. During this visit to the United States, I was able to build a trust-based relationship with new members of the new administration immediately after the inauguration of the Trump administration. I continue to achieve a close communication at the various levels going forward. And also today, the 217th ordinary session of the Diet was convened, and earlier at the plenary session, I delivered a foreign policy speech. When security environment surrounding Japan is becoming more and more severe, I will do my utmost to build broad common awareness regarding diplomacy and security issues across ruling and opposition parties. At the same time, I will be fully committed to diplomatic activities. Today, I have Mr. Alifi, Vice President of the Presidential Council of Libya, who is visiting Japan, and with him I am going to have a bilateral meeting and a working dinner after this. Now, with Vice President Lafi, I am going to try to deepen cooperation to further strengthen our bilateral relationship and discuss candidly regional situations as well as domestic political process in Libya and security situation. If you have questions, please raise your hand and identify yourself and your affiliation. NHK Yoneda-san. NHK Yoneda is my name. Thank you very much. In relation to the U.S. situation, as you have just mentioned, the President Trump, in the Fox News interview, clarified his intention to contact Kim Jong-un of North Korea. Under his first administration toward the denuclearization, he had a first ever summit meeting of the United States with North Korea. How did you receive this information? And also, Japan also has various issues regarding nuclear missile issues and also abduction issues. How are you going to face up to Kim Jong-un going forward?
As to the statement of President Trump that you mentioned, I'm aware of this. As to the issue of North Korea, the President Trump in new administration exercises leadership. That is what I hope for. As for response to North Korea, including abduction issue and nuclear missile development, it is indispensable to have coordination with the international community, including the U.S. When I visited the U.S., I engaged in in-depth exchange of communication with the Trump administration leaders, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio. We want to build the solid relationship of trust and cooperation with the Trump administration and closely communicate about response to North Korea. And naturally, in the framework of Japan, U.S., and South Korea, we need to discuss and consult. In addition, as to the basic policy toward North Korea, needless to say, based on the Japan-North Korea Pyongyang declaration, we want to resolve comprehensively various issues, including abduction, nuclear missiles, and settle unfortunate past, and then normalize Japan-North Korea diplomatic relations. There is no change about that. Prime Minister Ishida, going back to the origin of the Japan-North Korea Pyongyang declaration, so that we don't miss this opportunity, Prime Minister would like to face and call on leader Kim Jong-un so that we can realize the early comeback of all abductees to Japan in order to solve all these issues. under the strong resolution of Prime Minister Ishiba, we would like to do utmost to take most effective measures. Next question, please. Kyodo Aikawa-san. Thank you very much. Kyodo Aikawa. The same note, my question is about the U.S. relations. This morning, Foreign Minister IWAYA, I understand you had a talk with the Prime Minister. I understand Japan-U.S. summit meeting is under the final coordination, according to Prime Minister 3 days ago. You said that it will not take a long time for the summit meeting. What is the latest stance?
This morning, rather than meeting, but I saw Prime Minister Ishiba to give a report regarding the achievements of my recent visit to the United States. And naturally, during that meeting, I had a consultations regarding the Japan-US summit meeting. Regarding the timing of the summit meeting, with U.S. Trump administration, we agreed to hold this meeting as early as possible. And based on the scheduling of the both sides, we are now making a coordination. On our side, the diet meeting has just started, and also on the U.S. side, the new administration is just inaugurated. Therefore, we have to coordinate scheduling, and we would like to see the date fixed as quickly as possible. If the summit meeting is to be realized, this is going to be a very productive summit meeting, first summit meeting. For that purpose, we are going to have a close coordination with new Secretary of State Rubio and other members of the administration to make it productive. Gigi, please. Kawakami is my name. Thank you very much. Changing the subject, the 80th anniversary after the war, the Prime Minister's statement, I have a question on that. The other day, Representative Komeito, Mr. Saito, touched upon the Nobel Prize going to Hirankyo, and he said it is very important for Japan, a peace-loving country, to issue a very solid statement on this milestone year. What is your take? And also, how are you going to proceed with the coordination with other stakeholders, including Komeito?
Thank you. As I say each time, Ishiba cabinet succeed the overall stance of successive cabinets, including former Prime Minister's statement and dialogue, and we will continue to succeed. Having said that, whether to issue a new dialogue or not, as of now, has not been decided. As to the future response, based on the past situation, we would like to consider from various perspectives. At any rate, the international community faces a rapid change and movement and facing the big transition. The free and open international orders, the rule of law, are at the risk of being eroded. And taking a various opportunity in 2025, we would like to make effort to issue a future-oriented strategic communication for peace and prosperity of the world. I think that is necessary. So should it be a dialogue or statement or not? And if we are to issue such statement, how should we do it, and when is the appropriate timing? Including all those things we need to consider thoroughly. And as of now, we have not decided when to make a judgment. Next question, please. Nikkei Baba-san, please. Nikkei Baba, hello. The incidents about Japanese in China. This is a question on 23rd yesterday at the court of the Suzhou City, Jiangsu Province, China, about the case of one Chinese died after stabbing of a mother and a child. There was a death sentence given. What is your take? And today, there was a first trial about the case in Chen. And in order to promote human exchanges between Japan and China, how do we secure safety of Japanese, and what kind of response would you like to request to China?
Yesterday, I understand that death sentence was rendered to the accused on the attack on the Japanese mother and child in Suzu, Jiangsu. And also, regarding this case, Ms. Hu Yuping lost her life. Once again, I would like to express my heartfelt condolences to her. And also, I would like to express my sympathy to the Japanese mother and child who were injured in this case. The Japanese government considers such a case is totally unacceptable, killing and injuring 3 innocent people, including child. Therefore, we take this death sentence solemnly. Ensuring safety and security of Japanese nationals who are going abroad and staying abroad is one of the most important responsibilities of the government. Therefore, based on this sentence, also, we are going to continue to strongly urge the Chinese side to ensure safety of Japanese nationals in China. And of course, on our part, we are going to do our utmost to ensure safety and security of Japanese nationals. 読売新聞上村さん。上村読売。Regarding visa relaxation vis-a-vis Chinese people, at the end of last year, Japanese government decided on this relaxation. Former policy chief Hagiwara said this is not very reasonable, and also criticism coming from the LDP. What is your take? And also, once again, could you explain the reasons for the relaxation?
Thank you. On this issue, I believe there are some misunderstandings about this. I am aware that there are various comments. Having said that, as for Japan's visa, including the measures this time, basically based on the possible impact on security, based on the consultation with related agencies and ministries of Japan, responding to the types of visa, we set up certain economic requirement. And at the time of application and entry into Japan, a strict review takes place. And the relaxation measure this time does not lead to disorderly increase of Chinese tourists to Japan. In addition, as for the short-term multiple visa for 10 years, it does not mean it allows unlimited stay in Japan for as long as 10 years. The stay period for one time is at most 90 days, just like the 5-day valid tourist multi-entry visa, and people are not allowed to register national health insurance. And as for the visa for Chinese people, there is the promotion of tourism that has a lot of repercussion of economic effect, and promotion of regional situation and employment opportunity. And this will promote mutual understanding by promoting human exchanges and considering comprehensively about the possible impact to security. We have made decision at the MOFA and implemented. As a part of those activities, we have decided to relax visa. In the past, we never had approval from the ruling party in this regard. And having said that, there are various comments on this topic, and this is a fact. Therefore, as the government of Japan, so that people can have a correct understanding of this, I would like to continuously, carefully explain the situation. Next, Kyodo Ayukawa-san. Thank you. Kyodo News Ayukawa is my name. I would like to make confirmation about your answer. You said at the onset that there are some misunderstanding. Does that mean, for example, as for the big impact on security or immediately a disorderly increase of Chinese tourists, or for 10 years unlimited stay of Japan? On these points, there could be some misunderstanding. Is that what you say? As to the contents, I believe there are some misunderstanding about the contents. And as for the procedure within the party, there has never been the procedure that we should get approval within the party. This could also be a part of misunderstanding, but Japan-China relations is a sensitive issue in a way, so a thorough explanation is required on this topic. It is quite right. So moving forward, we want to provide a careful explanation. Thank you very much. I have another question related to China. According to some media coverage, the Japan-China ROK Foreign Ministerial meeting and China Foreign Minister and ROK Foreign Minister will be visiting Japan. And as for economic high-level dialogue is to take place, as well as the foreign ministerial meeting. And recently, related to the treated water release monitoring, Chinese side, based on the Japan-China agreement, China participated in a sampling of water, and then they issued that there was no issue on the sampled water numbers. And as to the export of beef or import to China, resumption as well as the expansion of the rice import, there are advancement of discussion. And as for the resumption of import of fisheries product, as well as the resumption of beef and the expansion of the import of rice, could you tell us the latest situation?
Firstly, regarding the Japan, China, Korea foreign ministers meeting, we are going to be a host country this time. We will be chairing that meeting, and we are going to coordinate the date for that going forward. Therefore, we have not fixed the date for that trilateral foreign minister meeting. We would like to see that realized, definitely. And Foreign Minister Wang Yi will come to Japan. If that is the case, then we would like to have the Japan-China economic high-level dialogue. And your question regarding the resumption of Japanese marine products imports, in October last year, as part of the additional measures under the IAEA framework, laboratories of participating countries, including China, collected sampled water, and analysis was conducted. And this time around, the analysis by Chinese laboratory was completed, and the result indicates the result was normal. That was announced recently. With regard to the timing of the resumption of imports of Japanese aquatic products by China, the timing has been fixed. However, as leaders and also foreign ministers between our two countries confirmed, it is important to steadfastly implement announcement made by the both governments in September last year. Therefore, the Chinese government's announcement this time around can be regarded as a steady progress in this progress. And when I visited China at the end of last year, I directly urged Foreign Minister Wang Yi to make a progress. And at the various levels going forward, Japan is going to urge the Chinese side to resume the importation as early as possible. And also, MAF Minister Eto, as well as the Moriyama LDP Secretary General, also visited China and did the same thing. And with Foreign Minister Oki, at the end of last year, during the foreign minister meeting, we confirmed that early resumption of import of Japanese beef and also expanded imports of polished rice. And during the ruling party Secretary General and also MAF Minister Eto, when they visited China, they also urged the Chinese high-level members of the government on this point as well. Therefore, we are going to make a government-wide effort to see the resumption of export of Japanese beef to China and also expanded import of polished rice as soon as possible. Thank you very much.